Hey, Boss Fam. We're back for another episode. This is number 9. We are nearing the end of the season. We have one more to go, and we will be wrapping up our season. And it's been a great run. We've had some great interviews coming through the studio, and today we have a very special guest in the studio, Kollet Duncan. She is a singer, entertainer extraordinaire. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Red Sofa with Carlotta B.
Hey girl, it's good to be here.
Look at you, looking all fly, looking all together.
Trying to be snatched at
yes,
this age.
Girl, you are doing it, doing it well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I don't know if you've seen any of the previous shows, but anyone that comes to sit on the Red Sofa, we have to do a who are you, what are you about? So let's introduce yourself to us. I want to know about young Kollet. Where did you go to school? Where were you born?
Kollet went to school in Missouri City, born and raised
Missouri
right
City.
here in Houston, Texas, but grew up since I was in the 2nd grade in Missouri City.
Okay.
So, Mo City represent.
Yeah.
All the time. You know I always do that.
Yeah, true.
But I went to, graduated from Willow Ridge High School.
Okay, yeah.
And went on to go to TSU, was in the band.
Okay.
Started singing when I was in elementary. My dad was a pastor of a church, so I started singing in church.
Nice.
And so by the time I got to school, I started, when they had little talent shows. Back then, talent shows at school was really popular.
Right,
So started doing talent shows, and back then too, when the band would come out, you remember that girl that used to be on the field singing, but you can't understand nothing she's saying because everybody's hollering and screaming.
Yelling and screaming.
Yeah, I was that girl.
That was you?
Yeah, that was that girl.
Okay, so not an instrument. You were
I
just
played
the hype
instrument.
girl.
I played clarinet, but because they knew I could sing, I would sometimes, be that girl that sung a song, but you never could hear anything going on.
Right, because it was so loud in the stadium.
But it was just the fact that I got to do it, so I did it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. So you did the talent shows in high school
talent
too?
shows. I did. One in particular was at Fiesta.
Okay.
It was a Yolanda Adams sing-alike contest.
Okay.
I was the youngest contestant there.
Really?
And I actually won.
No.
Floored. I impressed myself because my mom was like, just do it. I was so nervous. And I actually won.
Do you remember what the song was? Your
Open
selection?
My Heart.
Oh,
Open My Heart by
beautiful
Yolanda
song.
Adams.
Beautiful
I remember
song.
singing that song, and they gave me a $25 gift certificate to
Oh.
Fiesta.
Did
As
you
a
go
kid,
buy some
$25
groceries,
is a
or
big deal.
you went and bought some candy, sugars, and sweets?
Gave it to my mama. Yeah.
Oh, how sweet of you. So she could buy something to feed you, your candy, your
apparently.
sugars, and your
Right.
sweets. That's probably what she bought too, something that you like.
Probably.
So any sports? You didn't do sports, right? Because you were strictly in the band.
So I was in the band, and I ran track.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
ran track too.
I ran track too.
What were your races?
50-yard dash and 100-meter.
So you were a sprinter too.
Yeah,
Ugh,
just sprints.
me
I did.
too.
Being in the band that was a sport within itself.
Mm-hmm.
Being in a marching band, but I actually tried to stay in shape all year, so I ran track.
Yeah, that's good. That's what that's a good,
Right.
very good way to stay in shape, is
Okay.
running track. What are your, you had any memorable childhood moments, anything that totally stands out that was oh my God, I'll never forget this?
It's too many of them. We all have those moments.
Yeah, true. We do. We do.
My most memorable childhood moment would be my mom not being at home, and I was, when they separated, I lived with my dad, and me having to go tell my dad, I'll never forget it. I was like, Dad, something's wrong. He said, what? And he called my grandmother. He said, I'm getting ready to bring her over to your house because I don't know what she means.
You don't know what to do.
That's my most memorable moment because my dad freaked out.
Oh, that's when you first went in the red, huh?
Well, yeah. And to him, he was like, oh my God, oh
Freaking?
my God. Yeah. So,
Don't know what to do?
He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
The
with
most
dads.
memorable moment in my whole life. Because
Yeah.
I was telling my dad, I need you to look at it. And he was like, no. So he took me to my grandmother's house. I know that's probably TMI, but he took me to my grandmother's house. And he was like,
I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not doing that. Somebody else
Right.
needs to go look at that.
Right.
That's the moment that stands out the most.
That is
Super
funny.
crazy.
Mine was kind of similar to that too. I kind of freaked out at school and ran to the principal's office and said, something happened. I don't know what it was. So yeah, luckily I had a lady principal back then, and she kind of said, come with me. So I'm sure she was used to that. Yeah. So that was kind of my moment. I was actually at school. So, do you have siblings? Did you
I
have,
have
or
a
is it just
brother.
you?
I have one brother, a little big brother. He's
Okay.
my little brother, but he stands
He's a big guy?
tall guy.
Oh.
He's a Fort Bend County Sheriff officer.
Nice.
And he's the sweetest. He's the sweetest. Him and his wife and his little 3 munchkins. They're the sweetest. But yeah, I just have one sibling, just me and him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a new grandbaby too, right?
Yay!
You're on number
This is my third one.
number 3.
I think.
Girl, stop.
My
Stop.
son, he be rolling around. But,
Might have to call him and say
Keep it real, keep
anything
it
you need to
real.
tell me.
but yeah.
So is it a baby?
This a baby girl.
Girl.
My daughter, Tori, who Infan and Company, big shouts out to Infan and Company. She always beats my face and my hair. She just didn't get an opportunity to do my hair this time.
Okay.
INFIN and Company.
Okay.
She,
nice. You guys got that?
Yes, please get that. Infan and Company.
Yes. Yes.
She just gave me a beautiful baby girl. She's 3 months old. Her name is Jordan Carter
Jordan.
Morris. I just love her to death.
Aw.
And I'm privileged because my daughter's in college, and since they shut all the stuff down for COVID, she had to come back from Texas State, so she's staying with me.
So you get.
So I get to be Mimi
love,
every
love,
day.
love on that
Oh,
grandbaby.
Oh my goodness, I get Mimi time every day. I have to have it.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's the
You're
joy
Mimi.
of my day. I'm Mimi.
I'm Cece.
Cece,
I
oh,
haven't. This is my first time, so I'm a brand new Cece, and he'll be 7 months on the 4th.
Oh, enjoy
So,
every moment.
It's
love
just
it, love
totally
it.
changed my
Yeah.
life.
I have 3.
Totally.
I have to make sure I shout out all 3 of them.
Yes,
They'll
you
be mad
do.
at me. I have Cannon.
Okay.
He stays here in Houston, and he's adorable. And I have another baby. Her name is Emery. She stays in Alabama. Fortunately, when I go out, I'm leaving in a little while, and I'm going to bring her back to Houston with me to stay here for a little while. So my 3 little grandbabies, yes, I love them.
You're going to be surrounded by love. That
Yes,
is
yes,
absolutely
yes.
wonderful. That's so nice. So before we get into kind of what you're doing now, what jobs or careers did you have prior to actually getting into music?
Well, I actually still have a full-time job.
Okay.
I'm still full-time working.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I still pay bills.
Yes, ma'am.
With a real job.
Yes, ma'am.
Not saying that singing can't be real, but singing is just a passion. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
And I actually tell myself all the time, the minute that I don't enjoy being on stage anymore, sit down. The minute that it's
That's
not
right.
fun anymore,
Yep.
sit down.
Yep.
But that's my fun job, is
Right.
going to go sing. But I
Right,
actually, for the last 25 years, I've been in the grants and contracts.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that's
that's
been my
good.
career for a long time. Administrative, some
Right.
type of administration, contractual something. That's
Okay.
been what I've been doing.
That's good.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Very
That's always
interesting.
been interesting to me. Grants and that's always been.
It's a lot of reading, but
Yeah, I
it's
know.
interesting. It's the facets of it is very interesting because I've worked on federal contracts,
Right,
just
right.
all kinds of contracts. You wouldn't believe some of the verbiage that comes out of these contracts. Yeah.
Yeah, I would believe it. And that's another reason that kind of interests me because I like reading. It's one of my strong suits. I like language. I like grammar. I like composing. Well, I guess that's why I'm an author. I do have a book out.
Oh, great.
But I love to write. I love to write. I love to create. I love to come up with things that are different. And I like to proofread. I like to critique. So, and that's kind of part of what I do for a
see.
living as well.
So we need
But
to be good friends. So
Yeah.
I'm not the proofreader. I'll go over it now.
love it.
I'll send it to friends of mine and say, hey, put your eyes on it.
Yep.
And then they'll send it back to me with their red
With
lines.
the,
So yeah.
That would be me because I love doing things like
Great.
that. So you learned a long time ago that you could actually sing, and that's when you were in high school.
Well, actually back in church.
Okay, before you went to high
Before I
school,
got
you were
to-
singing
yeah, I was
young
singing in
because your
church.
father was a pastor. So learned that a long time ago. When did you get into the industry as far as being a full-blown entertainer, like doing it like for real, for dividends?
For dividend. I'm 2006.
Okay.
I was probably doing it a little tidbits of things
Yeah,
before
right,
then, but
right.
2006 is when
Okay.
I actually put Sultry together.
Okay.
And at first we was just a sultry band. And I was trying to, get my feet wet around Houston. I had sung
Yeah.
with a lot of different artists and did backgrounds and, did different things on other platforms, but I had
Right.
never been in the front.
In the front.
I was always the background singer. And so friends of mine was like, no, you should be in the front. And I'll never forget, it's a guy, his name is Terry. He owned a club back in the day called Azul.
Okay.
I happened to go there, and they would have open mic, karaoke kind of open mic. And he pulled me to the side and he was like, Kollet, you could do this. And I was like, no, I can't. And till this day, every time I see him, I always have to thank him. I said, if it hadn't have been for you, like whispering in my ear and was like,
giving
Kollet,
me that push.
Yeah, like you can do this by yourself. Yeah. You don't have to come to karaoke night to do this. And I was like, you think so? And he was like, yeah, put a band together. And he gave me my first shot. He really did.
Wow.
So big shouts out to Terry.
Yeah. Club Azul. A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Wow. It's not open anymore, right?
No, he actually opened another club called Elite, and that's where I met on Sundays. A place called Elite. So yeah.
Okay, so no more Azul, but it's a different club, and we'll talk about all your locations just a little bit later.
Okay.
How do you feel about when you know you have to get up and you have to go perform? You had a long day at the office. You not feeling well, have a headache, you're in a bad mood, you're sad, you're upset, just not having a good day. What do you do to get your mind right to go out there and perform? Or is performing your place?
No,
how do you do that?
That's what I was just getting ready to say. So if I'm in the worst mood ever, the first thing I do, I pray.
Yes.
I'm like, come on, Lord, give me some serenity. I need it right now.
Right, please.
Yeah. Don't tarry. I need this right now.
Yes.
And then I go apologize to my band in the beginning.
Okay.
So I tell them ahead of time, hey, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
We're going to work it out.
Right.
But they know once I get into my zone and I start singing, I'm good.
It's going to all flow. It's going to work out.
It's very rare. I probably can count on one hand in years how many like left the stage and was like, oh, I just hated that. Like, it works itself out later on. But the stage is my happy place.
That's good. That's good.
It's always been my happy place.
And you said something important, that when you go to work or you're doing something that you hate to do, it's not good. But if you're going to work and you're doing something that you love and you're getting paid for it,
it's not work.
It's not work.
It's not work.
It's not a job.
It's
you're
fun.
doing what you love.
Yes.
Yes. And
Living
there's
my
so
best
many
life.
people. You know how many people out there that get up and they dread with a passion, like dread going to work every day? I know some people that they get ill, like they want to throw up. They get ill, physically ill on Sundays, just knowing they have to go to work on Monday. They start getting sick on Sunday. I was like, oh my God.
Alicia Keys that says, I'm living my dream.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes.
I just sung that song last night at a venue. And when I was singing it, sometimes you can minister to yourself while you're singing.
Yes.
And I was singing, and I was like, I really am living my dream. I really am. I really am. At least partially. I'm partially living my total dream.
Exactly. There's so much more out there, but for now you're feeling good about what you do.
Oh, for sure.
You're loving it. You're loving it. Do you critique yourself after
Too
your
much.
shows? Do you go back and look at your shows like later on that night or the next day?
I can't.
Really?
I cannot watch. I can't hear myself and I can't watch myself because I'll find every error, every single error. So I don't do it on purpose. And people, on my worst days, that I feel like on my worst days, singing, people will come up to me and be like, oh my God, that was amazing. And I'm like, were you listening? Because to me, I don't feel like I was at the caliber that I should have been.
Right.
But I guess whatever comes out, if it was beautiful to your ears, then okay.
I think we're always tougher on ourselves
of course.
than other people are.
Of course.
And I think that's what helps us propel and do better. We strive for excellence. We already know there's no perfection, right? No one's perfect. It doesn't exist.
Right.
But we can try as hard as we can to get to where we want to be and feel good about what we're doing. And that's just practice. Practice makes us close to perfect, right? That's great, though. Your band, how long did it take you to kind of put them together, get it right? Did you have to go through a lot of band members to get the perfect band?
Yes.
And kind of what do you look for in band members to get that gel, that mix?
Humbleness is the first one.
Okay.
You have to be humble because the group of guys that I have right now are really God sent. The 5 guys that I have right now, I will go to war for.
Wow.
Like, I wouldn't trade them for anything. And I feel like this past year, last year, me and my MD said, 2021 is going to be our year, and it has been.
Nice.
Even during the pandemic, it wasn't a lot of bands that were working. We have stayed relevant. Even during a pandemic, we were able to still do what we needed to do.
To keep going, keep moving, sustain through the pandemic.
So it's
great.
I'm going to say it took from 2006 to 2021. To get that right. This mix that I have right now is like gumbo.
Yes,
oh my goodness.
It's the perfect mix.
What? They call it pressure.
It's hard to get gumbo right. Everybody can't get that gumbo together.
The name of the band is Sultry, but I call them the pressure because they put me under so much pressure to make sure that I get it right on stage. Because they are already getting it right behind me.
Yeah.
So let me shout them out. Larry,
oh my gosh.
Bud, Bishop, Cody, Josh, I love them. Love those guys. Love y'all. I love them.
You guys are awesome.
They are a great truly band. Awesome. They are the pressure.
Yes, that is amazing. Yeah, you guys seem to have the perfect combination, like you said.
Because we have fun.
They just, you guys have fun on stage. Everything just flows. They know what you're doing, and they can just, even if you change something or
they might get mad at me sometimes, but they have fun.
With you.
They have fun.
It appears that it's effortlessly.
No, it's rehearsal.
It looks that way.
We rehearse it, but at the end of the day, my motto, and they know that when we go on stage, have a good time.
Yes.
If we have a good time, everybody else is going to have a good time. So we got to have a good time first.
Yes.
And I'll tell the audience, like, hey, we happy up here. I just need y'all to come on.
Need you to join on in. Yeah, don't be sitting out there with the sour puss
we going to have a good time.
Yes, if you're in the building, you are going to get up. That's for sure. That's for sure. Wow, that's great. I just remember, I'm just thinking about the last time I saw you perform, and I couldn't stay seated. So, yeah. Whew. Okay, good times, good times.
Really.
Your best performance, do you have, I know you've had so many, I mean, they're all great, but was there a night when you felt like, oh, I just totally outdone myself. This was perfect, everything went, well, there's that word perfect, but everything was just amazing. As far as crowd engagement, the band, everything was just seamlessly a super great night.
We have so many of those. I can't
even
point one out. I really can't. I really, because we can have a good time on the biggest stages.
Yeah.
And have a better time on the smallest stages.
Yeah.
So
I believe that.
I can't just point one particular venue or event or a gig or show that's like, oh, that's the one. Because it's like every time we say, oh yeah, that was it. Yeah. We'll have another one.
Next
one, oh yeah, that was it. So I don't have just that one. It's too many. It's too many because we have such a good time.
Yeah.
And I will say this, via all the musicians that have ever been with me, even though I feel like this little gumbo mixture is like, that's it.
Yeah,
but I've had some really great musicians.
Yeah, that's great.
That back me up. So big shouts out to any musician who has ever performed with me. I love them all. I love them all. I don't think we've had a bad show.
Yeah,
with any of
that's
them.
One. Well, I haven't seen a bad show, so
we've had a good time.
I feel you on that.
Well, y'all won't know we had a bad show. We in the back know might be messing up something, but we try our best to make sure that the people in the audience didn't see what we did.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about a topic that is near and dear to everyone's heart, and it seems to be such a big deal these days, dating. Dating. What... there's ready to love, there's 30-second dating, there's 60-second dating, there's online dating, there's Zoom dating. What's going on? I know the pandemic has made people do some things they haven't done before.
Yeah.
But what is your take on dating? And part B to that question is, what do you think are the best questions to ask during a first face-to-face date? Not on the phone, not online, face-to-face date.
Well, let's just go back to the beginning part of this question.
Okay.
I wish dating was like it was in the old days.
Oh,
I could just meet you at the grocery store and it's just platonic.
Exactly.
I wish that it could be that platonic, but in this day and age, because of technology, I think technology has crippled how people date.
Totally. I totally agree.
It's crippled it to the point that everything becomes fast-tracked. The dating process becomes fast. And I'm looking at it from the outside look, you know. I'm viewing it from friends. I'm viewing it from my daughters. I'm viewing it from just watching different people around me.
Yeah.
Because I see them go out on multiple days. You went on this date one day. You on, like you said, you online the next day. Y'all zooming on another one. You iPhoning on this one.
Yep.
I say, at what point do y'all decide that we just need to slow down and make this kind of a traditional platform?
Exactly.
So I don't think there's really a good or bad or yes or no for that question. It's a matter of what that person really wants to do. But for me, I really wish that we would take some of the technology out of it.
Out of the dating process.
Yes, if we could take some of the microwave out of what the dating process needs to look like, we might be able to find that true love.
And bake a date. Not microwave a date, bake a date.
I actually have a song, and in one of my songs, I was like, if we could stop the microwave, can we go back to the crock pot?
Oh, yes.
If I don't want a microwave, man. I need a crock pot. I need an oven, like you said. Can we bake this for a little while? Please stop putting it in and out of the microwave. And that's what you do. You got to heat it up, and then heat it up again, and then heat it up.
Exactly.
No. We can slow cook this in this crock pot.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to get to know someone.
Yes.
So now people have resorted to asking questions on the first date. What do you do? How much money do you make?
Them all around
what is your credit score? You know, they just get straight to it. And I think because of the way things are now, a lot of people are like, I just want to know off the bat, and if you don't answer the questions correctly, then there won't be a second date.
Right.
And a lot of people agree with that concept. I mean, you know,
again, to each his own.
I kind of do, but
it's how it works for the next person. It's just, it's just how it works. Because I think if I were dating, my first question would be, do you love God?
Right.
Like,
are you spiritually connected?
Yeah, there are a couple of things that I just need to know.
Yep.
So I can see if we evenly yoked to be together.
That's like one of my deal breakers.
So, I only have maybe like 2 or 3 things that I need to ask. After that point, I just need to read your body language. I just need to see like how you vibe, what our chemistry is gonna be. But that whole, what's your credit score? What kind of car you drive? What kind of job do you have?
Exactly. Yeah, I know. It can get pretty.
Certain things shouldn't matter.
True. This is true.
You could be passing up $1 million man just because he don't have the right job right then.
Exactly. That doesn't mean he's always going to have that
job, or he not striving to do better.
Right.
You
then
didn't.
Somebody
you
else
didn't
will
ask
get
the
him
right
later.
question. Okay, and now you mad. Now you mad.
Trying to go right. Interfere.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because you asked all the wrong questions.
Exactly. See, it's a skill. Everybody don't know how to have dates. You know, they want to find out from other people, what should I ask? What should I say? What do? I don't want to mess it up. I don't know if he's lying. So, I hear it a lot. And that's why I wanted to bring it up. Just trying to get different perspectives from everyone because I hear it a lot. So
my perspective is take it slow.
Take it slow. That's right.
Put it in, what you say? Put it in the crock pot.
That's right. Let it
in the
marinate. Let it bake a little bit.
Yeah, let's bake it.
What are some of the major things you're noticing that's different between our generation and the millennials?
Microwave. We already said that.
That's for starters. How about that?
They have They
got a different perspective.
On
a lot of things, actually.
They have a sense of entitlement.
Oh, woo, what? Yes.
Huge sense of entitlement.
Yes, ma'am.
A huge sense that I owe you something, or this is the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have to remind my daughters all the time, baby, I'm done. You grown.
Exactly.
I don't owe anything after 4 years of college.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, sometimes, and they're millennial kids, so you have to just keep. I listen to their conversations, listen to them interact with their friends.
Yes.
And for the most part, just seeing their whole generation, it's just a sense of entitlement. And they want everything right now.
That's true.
None of them want to work hard for it. Like, it took me a long time to get where I am. Mm-hmm. And you're not pushing to make sure that What was the work? What was the process?
Exactly.
Did you outline this? Did you put any thought into this, or you just said, hey, tomorrow morning I'm gonna start me a business. I'm going on the street corner. No.
Right.
Like
Overnight success.
yeah, it
They
doesn't
want
happen
overnight
like
success.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. You're so right.
Get your mic.
Music.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between our music and the lyrics from music back in the day when music was real music and now music today. What's up with the lyrics? Big difference, right? What happened?
I don't know. Cause I listen. I cannot cut on certain radio stations. I'm not going to even say what those stations are. I just can't. I cannot. I feel like every song, I can't differentiate one song from the next.
Yeah,
because the musicianship is not there. I don't even hear real instruments on half of the music.
Yeah,
and so it's a drastic
just a lot
change.
of profanity.
It's very vulgar, very some of it just strips a woman of all of her glory listening to it. Like, I couldn't even imagine. And looking back, I listen to my kids and I'm like, Mama, some of the stuff y'all had Luke and y'all had, NWA. We had our fair share, but it just wasn't that bad, especially the R&B side.
Right.
Especially the R&B side. It's just, it's depressing.
It's very different. Right?
It's almost depressing at times to listen to some of the music because you just feel like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I could just go in my closet and make a song and come out tomorrow and it'd be a hit.
And it's just
with the same beat that everybody else got.
Exactly.
I just feel like, again, what was the process? Some of it, just feels like there was no thought.
Where was the
into
creativity behind it? Whatever happened to standing in the studio all night, writing a song, and then, I got it, cranking it out.
And that's not to say that some of them are not doing it.
Oh yeah, some of them are.
I want to go on record. I'm not saying that everybody's music, but I'm just saying, I just feel like some music that I listen to.
Yeah, I have to change the stations on occasion.
Did you just say that?
Just can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of music
R&B.
to listen to
R&B.
and to perform? R&B on both counts, huh? Oh,
I love it. I love the lyrics, and I'm gonna say from the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Okay.
The 90s. It got a little different.
It started to transition a little bit.
By the time we got to the 2000s, I was like, it just depends on who the artist was.
Exactly.
But literally, I could sit and listen, and he never gets old to me.
Who's that?
Frankie Beverly.
Oh yeah.
I could turn him on as if he just put that song out yesterday.
Know. And everybody get right on up and start singing. The same thing with Earth, Wind, and Fire too.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And you know who my solo favorite performer is? Charlie Wilson.
Oh my goodness.
Love.
He reinvents himself every year.
I know.
I love it.
I think I've been to at least 5 of his concerts, and I enjoy them all just like the first one. Just love Charlie Wilson.
The thing is, Frankie Beverly haven't came out with an album since what?
I know.
And
been a
if
long
the man
time,
comes
but
into
concert,
concert,
everybody is going to
the
concert.
It is sold out. Because why? That music resonates to some of us in a special kind of way.
Yeah.
And it never
it's
will
happy
get
music
old.
Too.
It will never
you feel
get
happy.
old.
You want to get up and dance. It puts you in a good mood.
But it's crossing over to the millennials too.
I know.
It is.
I know.
It really is.
And you know what? And I was actually going to mention that while we were talking about the millennials. My sons, because I used to listen to it like constantly, and they still kind of like some of the old school music too. I'll catch them listening to it every now and then.
I catch my girls all the time.
Or like if I have an event at my house and I'm playing it, I see them kind of over there, So yeah, they can't deny real music.
I got one daughter that favorite song is by Betty Wright, and then the other daughter favorite song is by Bobby Womack.
Really? See, that's great.
And
I love it.
These are 20-year-olds. So,
I love it.
But again, they grew up with parents.
Yeah, exactly.
That listen to older music.
That's right.
So in a sense, they didn't have a choice but to be rooted in what I feel was the real music.
Yes.
Now you can still enjoy the stuff that come on your other radio stations,
but you still
really
gotta
enjoy
know
the
what
music.
the real is, right? So let's talk about some of your biggest accomplishments. You got your accolades. You just recently got some good news, right? Share that with us. Yeah. Share.
I haven't been keeping it a real secret, but I auditioned for the SOS band.
Yes, I love them.
And I sent in all of my information and everything. And so it was a matter of like watching the phone, waiting on a watch phone to ring.
Oh,
I was literally checking my emails like every 30
Checking
minutes,
everything.
every day, every 30 minutes.
Yes.
And I finally got the email back.
Woo!
That said, hey, we were, I guess, impressed or, enjoyed your submission.
Yeah.
And they invited me to Atlanta. So I'm leaving for Atlanta on June the 10th. My in-person, the finishing of my audition in person is on June the 12th. So I need everybody prayer. Look, I'm speaking it. I am speaking it into existence. I'm going to be a part of the SOS band. I'm speaking that into the atmosphere.
Yes, I'll be right there. I want the schedule. I want to know where you guys
super excited.
are. I love them.
No, I'm coming back to the red sofa.
Okay, yes,
so
ma'am,
we can talk
honey.
about how I made it
Yes,
over.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And one of my favorite songs is Weekend Girl. I don't know why. I just like it because I work every day and I work hard during the week, so I'm a weekend girl.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
to try to enjoy myself on the weekend. So
I'm
that's
excited
my
to
jam.
go. I'm excited. That's how. Well, I didn't
So
want to.
happy
I didn't want to
for
let the
you.
cat out the bag because that's how I'm going to get my grandbaby. Because she's in
okay.
Alabama and her mama's gonna drive
Awesome.
to Atlanta to.
So you gonna bring her
yeah, so I'm
back
bringing her back
when
to
you go to
Houston when I go to
that is
finish my.
so wonderful. God is good, girl. Won't
all
He
the
do
time.
it?
Hey.
He's gonna bring
He
you
already
through.
gave it. He giving it to me. We
yes,
just gonna
ma'am,
we gonna
honey.
speak it.
Yes.
But I already told myself if it doesn't happen, just being asked
Exactly.
by the SOS
opportunity.
band
Exactly.
to come,
That's a
that's
blessing
an honor within itself. So
Yeah.
even if
Yes.
it does not happen, which I'm praying that I get there, but even if it
Yes.
does, the opportunity and the platform just to be
Yes.
surrounded by some of these great musicians.
Yes.
Some of
yes,
these, like we
yes.
said, the music we grew up on, the music that makes sense for us, and being
Exactly.
able to be a part of a band that I actually sing songs to this day. I'm on stage singing their songs.
I know. I know. Yeah, I was jamming to that, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
I sing their songs in my
That
shows.
is
So.
amazing. That is amazing. That's probably one of the ways they maybe found out about you, or because you kill those songs. So
I don't
they're
know.
probably like, oh, we got to have her. She's singing our songs better than we are. So
Well,
we
look,
got to have her.
I sent my audition, so I hope my audition did help the process.
That is so wonderful. If you could go back and change anything in your life thus far, what would it be? What would you do differently? Anything?
I don't know, because I think if I went back and changed some things, then the experience that I treasure would have
be
never
different.
happened.
Mm-hmm. That's a great answer.
I can't. If I say I wish I would have changed what I did from high school, then maybe I wouldn't have met the man that my kid's dad. I wouldn't have never met him, and I wouldn't have these wonderful children
Beautiful
from
kids
this. Like
and grandbabies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say I want to go back and change anything because
Yeah.
then I'll be changing the process
Your life
of
process, your journey that you've had
I
thus
wouldn't
far.
like you said. I wouldn't have my daughters, my son.
Yes.
I wouldn't have none of them. And
Yes.
Tori, Tamir, Crystal, Christopher. Those are my babies.
Aww.
Yes. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. Those are my babies.
Hey, babies. I know you guys are proud of your mom. She's amazing. She's amazing.
I hope they are. I hope they are.
Yes. Okay. Look, so one last thing. Fun fact. What's the one thing about you that
People don't know.
nobody knows?
Some people know.
Or maybe just
but
a couple of people.
When I say it, they be like, "What?" I ride motorcycles.
Do you?
Yeah, I ride. And when I say that, the people
Fun.
are like,
I love motorcycles.
it's like, "No, you don't." I be like, "Yes, I do."
I love motorcycles.
I ride motorcycles. And the only reason that I haven't been riding my bike is I don't have time.
I hear you.
I
know.
wish I had the time in a day.
Yeah.
I keep adding so many things to my schedule. And now that this new schedule that I'm hoping pushes through happens,
Yes.
I don't even know how that's going to work out. And
Yeah.
actually, if that other thing does work itself out, I actually might be relocating to Atlanta. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I can book my flight.
Yes,
I'll be there.
yes, we'll all be in Atlanta.
That's right. It's only a flight away. So we are at the end of our time, you guys. I could sit here and talk to Kollet for another 4 or 5 hours, but
I've
like she
enjoyed
said,
it.
we're gonna have her back on the red sofa. She
With
will
some
be
big
back
news,
with
yeah.
with some amazing news.
Some happy news.
Yes, yes. So I want to thank you guys so very much for watching Real Talk Houston with Carlotta B. Don't forget to go follow me at Real Talk Houston. Catch us on Roku TV on the LDTV channel. We got some major things coming up in the future. I got a project that I'm doing, and it's going to be phenomenal if that pans out, which I'm claiming that it will. So keep your eyes on the show and catch up with us for details and updates about what we're doing next. Okay? So thank you so much.
No, thank
You've been great.
Thank you. And let me tell you something. Thank you for supporting me.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for,
of course.
Every time you're at the show, you make it your business to let me know that you are there. And
That's
I
right.
appreciate your
That's
support.
right.
I do. I really appreciate your
You
support.
got it. I think you're amazing.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you for having me.
A lot more to
Thank
come
y'all.
with Kollet. Thank you, guys.